Hey everybody. So I haven't really posted about this on YouTube yet before, but a few weeks ago, the company I work for put out a mobile game that I was heavily involved in creating. So I thought it would be really cool to do a bit of like a let's play slash, I don't know, introduction to the game for those of you who might be interested in downloading it. So the game was made for Android and iOS and is available in North America, Europe, some of South America, and I think that's... Oh yeah, and Australia and New Zealand. So if you're not in any of those countries, sorry, but it's coming. So the story behind this game is that it was made for Oku Game, who is a good friend of mine and also the host of a radio show here in Finland called Retro Perjantai, or Retro Friday. And Retro Perjantai has like a really big following. There's like hundreds of thousands of people listening every given day. And oh yeah, when you stay on the home screen for long enough, it shows you all of the credits, which is pretty cool. So Oku was actually the first Oku was actually the first DJ, to our knowledge, radio DJ in the whole world to have a mobile game made for him. Nice bejeweled notification there. So without further ado, I want to show you guys this game and talk a little bit about it. First of all, the UI is purposely made to be a little bit larger. I wanted large buttons because I wanted this to be as accessible as possible. Even though it's still a runner, I wanted things to be kind of straightforward. So I'm going to click go. And our amazing Marato did these super cool comic book things. So basically what you have here is Oku is lifting weights in the gym, and suddenly his phone rings, and Oku's like, "What up?" And then his manager is like, "Rah, rah, you're late." And then Oku's like, "Oh god." And then he throws off his jacket and he's like, "I'm on my way." And then we hear the volume a little bit on the music. Maybe a little more. So the goal is that you are jumping over the ninjas and jumping on the cars, and you're collecting these CDs. Your CDs, for some reason, are everywhere. So you have to collect those. Oops. And your goal is to get to your gig on time, but there's all these obstacles in your way. Oops. I'm worried that music is too loud, so I'm gonna like turn it off. And yeah, that's basically it. You're running through Helsinki there, and then there's these mini games. So now here's a mini game where you have to sort your song requests and your fan mail, because on the radio show you can submit song requests with postcards just like you could in the 90s. So we wanted this game to be like, if you're a regular listener of Retro Perjantai, then you'll think the game is really cool, and there's kind of a lot of small little things in here hidden for those fans, but we also wanted it to be enjoyable and playable by people who've never heard of the show and know nothing about Oku or anything he does, because I mean, at the end of the day, if you make a game for a very specific group of people, then that's the only people who are ever going to play it. So it was really important to me. So here you're just tapping, basically. You want to tap as hard as you can, because that's how you DJ. You just tap your controller. There. So now in this bit, Oku is stopped by paparazzi. And they're like, "Where were you last night? And what are you doing?" And blah, blah, blah. And they're like really cornering him. And he's like really pinched. And then suddenly Korale appear. And they use their energy beam to get rid of the annoying paparazzi. And Oku's like, "Wow, thanks." And now Oku can do his own energy beam because he learned it from Korale. So now you have an attack, basically. And this attack can get rid of all the ninjas and all the projectiles and everything. But it cannot hurt the grannies. So the grannies are kind of always going to give you damage and take away your points, because why would you want to hurt a granny? That's just mean. So just gonna get to the end of here. And at the end of every level there's some kind of mini game, and we're going to be adding more and more mini games. And I actually drew myself here on the left. I didn't draw it, Villa drew it, but I put myself here in the game. And then the one in the middle is Pate, and then the right is Kirsi. These are like, Pate and Kirsi are two of Oku's, I think, like biggest fans, and Pate was actually the first ever listener of the year back in 2017. So it only made sense that if we're going to have fans in the game, that they should be real fans and not just some characters that we've made up. Oku has a really loyal fan base of like pretty crazy people, so we wanted to give back to them as much as we could. And so we were a pretty small team who worked on this. There was only, I think, 5 of us in total who are like part of the project. Now you're gonna dodge bras. So someone on Reddit asked me like why you can't collect the bras, and I asked them like if people were throwing bras at you, would you collect them or would you dodge them? And apparently they would collect them, so apparently I'm in the minority. But yeah, we are a pretty small team who worked on this project, but I think that actually ended up being a good thing for us because, you know, when you have a small team, it's much easier to kind of come to agreements together and figure out problems and so on. It's much more easier to manage. It's much more like working with your friends than it is working with like a team, if that makes any sense. And I really love working with Everti and Ville and everybody because that we're gonna tap. Because the communication and the chemistry is just so good. So it's been super great to produce with them. So now Movatron is here. And they are gonna give Oku these golden headphones. And they're gonna let him be invincible. But the grannies can still hurt you, as Timo says here below. So the golden headphones will now appear once per level. They're already there, and so you can't hit the grannies, but as I said before, you can pretty much run into everything else and just disregard, but kind of by reflex, I still jump on stuff, because you still get points, so I want to do that. So, I think you've seen all of the mini games now that we have, or at least almost all of them. I can't remember. Is there something left? We're definitely going to be adding more, so if you have any ideas for mini games, do leave them in the comments below. You know, this is still a work in progress, of course, and we're going to have a really big update at the end of this month, actually, hopefully out around the 27th. And that's going to have some really cool features. And this is already actually the first update we did. We launched, I think, on the 16th of August, and then on the 22nd we updated already. So I think that's pretty impressive that we were able to put an update out already a week after launch. This was kind of in that sense, like this project didn't have any really big like hang-ups or critical moments. Everything went really smoothly. And of course, like working with Oku has been really, really fun and really easy. He's a really good guy and, you know, really creative and also really supportive. So working with Oku has been, I don't know, really easy compared to what it could have been. Sorry for the noise in the background there. My daughter is having a bit of a hard time going to sleep. It's about 8:30 here in Finland, so she doesn't want to go to bed. Oh, so that ninja flies now. So you have to be careful with not getting not getting hit by the flying ninja and not accidentally jumping out of reflex, because that's what happens to me every time. I jump out of reflex because I'm so used to jumping for the ninjas, and then it turns out it's the flying ninja. So I have to always kind of remind myself with that not to do that anymore. So this is the last level, I think, before the boss. So let's see. Oh gosh, I'm not doing well now at all. We added the double jump, and I keep forgetting that we added the double jump. So I guess some of you might now be wondering, how well do I see this? And I've had a lot of practice, so if it looks like I'm really good at this, I'm not. I've just been playing it in several iterations and several forms for like several months now, so I've just gotten a lot of practice under my sleeve. But for me, the visuals are, I would say, pretty okay. There are certain things I would maybe change. For example, I would like to add a magnifier to the cutscenes. Like here, for example, I can't read that text in the cutscene, so it's a bit hard. And I think we had spoken that we would add like a magnification system. It's coming, but yeah, it's like there's always kind of like when you see when you make a game and then you see it and you play it like the quote unquote final version. You know, you always find little things that you want to do differently, or that you would do differently, or that you would change. So it's like it's kind of like a never-ending process, really. You're always going to find something that you want to do differently or that you're not happy with, but like that's just how it is. It's I think it's the same thing with like music also. Like you make a song and then you finish it, and then, you know, you're always kind of wondering, how could I have done that better and what could I have done differently? But I think the most important thing is that like you're, oh gosh, the most important thing is that you're proud of what you do. And I think I just beat the boss. Yeah, I did. So now I've beaten the boss. Woo! And I think that's where I'm going to end this video, because otherwise I'm going to be talking forever. Oh god, I should be tapping. So thank you guys so much for watching. And if you have any questions about the game or want to know more, drop them in the comments below. And I'm just going to die here. Drop them in the comments below, and I'll happily answer them. Otherwise, the links to download this game are in the description. So definitely check it out and download it and share it with your friends if you really like it. And thanks a lot for watching. Bye.